Welcome everyone to Osceola Debates 2018. My name is Rob Rosen. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. Tonight I will be your moderator. Osceola Debates 2018 would like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Kissimmee Utility Authority, Access Osceola, Orlando Magic, Troy University, and El Osceola Star newspaper. We'd like to give a special thank you to the City of Kissimmee for allowing us to use their chamber. This time, our next debate will be for Circuit Judge Osceola County. I'd like to introduce candidates. Joseph Haynes Davis, Group 26. Tom Young, Group 26. Howard Friedman, Group 15. Laura Schaeffer, Group 41. Jeff Ashton, Group 15. Dean Mosley, Group 41. Please note, judges will have up to 3 minutes to introduce themselves and will not be answering any questions from our panel. We will start with Mr. Joseph Haynes Davis.
All right, well, thank you very much and good afternoon. I'm Joseph Haynes Davis, and I'm running for Circuit Court Judge for the 9th Judicial Circuit, Group number 26, and I'm committed to fairness, integrity, and continuing to uphold the public's trust. I'm the son of two trailblazing Black American professionals, both HBCU graduates. Then my father got his dental surgery degree from Northwestern University in 1924, and my mother got her master's degree from Columbia University in 1941. 10 days after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, they were married in 1946. My bachelor's degree is from Illinois State University. My master's degree is from the University of Pennsylvania, an Ivy League institution. And my law degree is from Rutgers Law School, Camden. And some of you may have heard of my late brother, trumpeter Miles Davis. For more than 17 years, I have operated the law offices of Joseph Haynes Davis, PA. That is the only law firm I've ever worked for, and it's my own. It was founded January 23rd, 2001, a general law practice, and I have trial experience, and I practice before the very seat that I seek in the 9th Judicial Circuit. Additionally, I've been appointed as a Value Adjustment Board Attorney Special Magistrate for 18 of the 67 counties of the great state of Florida over the past 10 years. I've conducted hearings on matters like homestead, agricultural matters like those here in the great county of Osceola, and I demonstrated the necessary temperament, ethics, and fairness, applying the Florida statutes as per the Florida legislature and the Florida Constitution to the given facts of matters which came before me between citizens like you and the county's property appraisers, that in that quasi-judicial capacity. Those hearings number over that period of time into the hundreds. And again, the counties include Orange and the great county of Osceola. This campaign is dedicated to the independence of the judiciary and to upholding the public's trust and for advocating the power for you, the citizen, for your right to vote, for judges here in Florida via the Florida Constitution as per the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 19th Amendments of the United States Constitution. We want you to vote for this campaign. The last day for voters to request vote by mail ballots is August 22nd, and the last day for supervisors of elections to send out the ballots is August 24th. Voters can also pick up vote by mail ballots from election supervisors up to the day before election. Early voting begins August 17th. Make sure you are registered to vote, and we humbly ask for you to vote for Joseph Haynes Davis and to circle in the oval for seat number 26 for Joseph Haynes Davis. And please visit www.electjosephhaynesdavisforjudge.com. God bless you all, and thank you so very much.
Thank you. Next, Tom Young.
Thank you. My name is Tom Young. I like to say that I'm a Texan by birth and a Floridian by choice. I've been a lawyer for 28 years, and I'm one of fewer than 200 board-certified appellate specialists in the entire state of Florida. An appellate specialist is a lawyer who is trained to identify errors that have been committed by trial judges and to advocate in the courts of appeal and Supreme Court at the state and federal level. So over the course of my 28 years as a lawyer, I have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of transcripts of judges. I know what a good judge does. I know what a bad judge does because I have not only practiced in front of those judges during my 28 years of experience, but I have also reviewed those transcripts, defended the judges when appropriate, and advocated for the reversal of those judges when appropriate. And so you can expect me to incorporate the positive characteristics of a good judge into my work as a circuit judge in the Ninth Judicial Circuit. As I said, I've been practicing law 28 years. I have substantial jury trial experience, and I've done hundreds of appeals over the course of my career. I began my career in the state of Kansas with the largest law firm there, and there I was trained by the only woman in Kansas who is both the American College of Trial Lawyers and the American Board of Trial Advocates. That's who trained me. I became a partner in that law firm, and I practiced there until I was recruited to Florida in 2002 to lead a grant project funded by the Florida Bar Foundation. So I walked away from a large law firm partnership in Kansas to come to Florida to do public interest work. So my commitment to community service and to public service and to sacrificing my own financial well-being is proven by my actions. And I like to tell people that actions speak louder than words. So I invite all of you to do your research, read about me, visit the campaign website, tomyoung4judge.com. On the endorsements page there, you can see what other lawyers who know me and my work have to say about me, my professionalism, my integrity, my work ethic. I encourage you to scrutinize me. I think you will find that there's a reason 24 past presidents of the Orange County Bar Association have endorsed me. So I would appreciate your vote on or before August 28th. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Next, Howard Friedman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Howard Friedman. I've been a lawyer for over 30 years. The last 13 of those years I spent serving Orange County as a magistrate. I worked in juvenile court. I worked in domestic relations court. During that time, and why you should trust and why you should vote for me, during that time, I handled real cases involving real people's lives. I was committed to justice. I was committed to truth, as I am now. If you appeared in front of me, you knew you would receive a just result, and you knew the law would be followed. I believe it's my responsibility as a magistrate and as a judge to ensure that I am not unreasonably imposing my personal will on people. I believe it's the function of the judge to make sure that they're being impartial and making decisions based upon objective facts and applying the law to those facts and reaching a fair conclusion. The opposite of that, and which would be of dire concern to you, is if someone desires to impose their own personal will on you, because the concern would be that they may compromise justice and the law. That is not who I am. I want to let you know a little bit about my personal life. I'm married, been married for 25 years. My wife is named Annette Schultz. We have 3 wonderful children. In 2003, when my youngest child was a year old, my wife was diagnosed with multiple myeloma cancer. So we had hardship trying to make sure our children endured those years and had a normal childhood. My wife worked for many years while suffering from multiple myeloma in Osceola County. She was in the intake division in Osceola County. I just want to let you know that we have a tie to Osceola County. My wife worked here for many years. I also want to let you know, before I was a magistrate, I tried cases and appeared before the judges in Osceola County. I actually appeared in the old courthouse and tried several cases in the old courthouse before Judge Ron Legendre, before Jeffords Miller, before Ted Coleman, when Ted Coleman was down here. So I have had experience trying cases in Osceola County. Osceola County is a friendly environment, and I appreciated the time that I spent down here. My wife enjoyed the time she worked down here. I'm running because I believe you're entitled to have the best choice for your judge, and I believe it's important to understand that The selection you make will impact your life. If you make a bad choice, and I encourage you, vote for the best choice. And this is not a popularity contest, because popularity contests, as far as those kinds of things, you need to make an informed choice. I encourage you to research my name, research my opponent's name, see what we've done in our past, check out our history, see what type of conduct we engaged in our past, whether our conduct was reputable or disreputable, because judgment and character matters when you're seeking to vote for the best judge. So please vote for Howard Friedman, Circuit Court Judge, Group 15.
Thank you. Next, Laura Schaeffer.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Laura Schaeffer, and I'm running for Circuit Court Judge for the 9th Judicial Circuit, Group 41. The 9th Judicial Circuit encompasses all of Orange and all of Osceola counties. I've been an attorney in both Orange and Osceola counties for the past 20 years. I started out with the State Attorney's Office. I moved forward with the Department of Children and Families, where I rose to the level of supervising attorney, and I started my own practice, a successful practice, 10 years ago. I'm board certified in juvenile law. As of this month, there are approximately 137 attorneys in the entire state of Florida who hold that board certification. That board certification, I believe, is extremely important, and that representation needs to be made on the bench. As such, I represent victims of human trafficking. I represent children with developmental disabilities in foster care and children in residential treatment programs. In addition to juvenile law, which is my passion, obviously because that's where I'm board certified in, I also practice criminal law and all areas of family law. As such, I have a diverse background for someone holding the office, who would want to hold the office of judge. I have represented the state of Florida. I have represented victims. I've represented defendants. I've represented husbands and wives going through divorces. I've represented children, parents, and grandparents, all fighting for custody. I've represented children as a guardian ad litem, and I've represented them as an attorney ad litem. And as such, I've seen how different areas of the law interact, how they affect each other, and how one could improve upon the other. In regards to my background, I was raised in a military family. My father was retired Navy. He was a Navy captain. My husband was in the Army, the 82nd Airborne. He was a paratrooper. And since then, he has been a lifetime law enforcement officer, where he still serves today. I have 2 beautiful children. They are biracial. And I think that is important to note, because I want everyone to understand that I see people as individuals and not as groups, and I understand the importance of diversity and making sure that every voice is heard. Having practiced for 20 years in multiple areas of the law, I have talked to my clients who come back over the years. I've had clients come back to me 5, 6, 7 years later, and they can remember a very small remark that a judge made, or a small joke that a judge made, and they still remember the huge impact of it to this day. And if they feel that they were not heard, or if they were simply rushed through the system and not given their opportunity to speak, they will remember that many years later, and they will inform the entire community and erode the public trust that we have in the judicial system. I think it's extremely important to strike a balance between making sure that every litigant has their opportunity to be heard in court, and also moving the case in an efficient manner. I believe that my expertise as a board-certified attorney, and also my experience working for the past 20 years, has well equipped me for this task, and I'm asking for your vote. Laura Schaeffer, on or before August 28th. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Jeff Ashton.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Ashton. I am a candidate for circuit judge. Let me tell you a little bit about my family, because you probably don't know that much about that part of my life. I'm the father of 7 children. My children range in age from 35 later this month to 6. My 3 youngest children are adopted. They are 15, 14, and 6. And being a father has been, as you can tell, the thing I've enjoyed the most in life. My professional background is fairly well known. I worked in this community for the past 38 years as a lawyer. 30 years I spent as a prosecutor here in Orange and Osceola County. My involvement with Osceola County goes back to the early 90s, when I started trying major murder cases here in Osceola. I've watched this community grow into the beautiful place that it is today. My involvement in Osceola continues and is substantial throughout the last 20 years. Most recently, the last 4 years, as your state attorney, and I thoroughly enjoyed serving you in both those capacities, and I wish to continue to do that. I believe I am the more qualified candidate in this race, both based on my experience and also the regard I'm held in by the community. I am proud to say that I have received the endorsement of the only organization of lawyers that has given endorsements. I've been endorsed by the Puerto Rican Bar Association, which I'm very proud of. I also have been endorsed by Chief Odell of the Kissimmee Police Department and Chief Pete Gauntlet of the St. Cloud Police Department. I'm very proud of those endorsements because those people know me because of my connection to Osceola County. I am here to continue a life of public service. That has been what I've done my entire life. I was your state attorney for a number of years. When that ended, I had to sit back and think, what do I want to do now? Do I want to do private practice? Do I want to do something else? And serving the community kept coming back as the thing that I really love to do. And I decided that serving as a circuit judge was a fitting way to end my career of public service. So I'd ask you to look very carefully at the information that's out there on both me and my opponent. I think you also should look very carefully about why we're here. I am here to continue serving the public.
Next, we have Dean Mosley.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you about my 32 years of practicing law here in Florida. I have tried everything from a misdemeanor to a capital murder case, everything from a small claims case to a $1 million verdict. I represented FDIC and RDC. I've also represented women in minority business. I've handled eminent domain cases. I've handled Fry, handled Dalbert. Yet they tell me less is more. Experience doesn't count. Because I'm a man, I can't win. And I say to you, discrimination of any kind in America is wrong. No discrimination against women, no discrimination against men. You see, I see America as the one that sits on the highest hill with the brightest lights, where folks come here in the cloak of darkness, looking for opportunity, cast down their buckets where they are to gain valuable experience and take to the marketplace so that their families can climb the social fabric of America, reach new heights, see new vistas. I too believe in that America. I believe that experience does count. Opportunity counts. In our race, it's 3 of us actually, only 2 have been here most of the time. But out of the 3, I have 32 years experience, more experience than both of my opponents. I've assisted and helped train board certified lawyers how to try cases. So I say that because people use that a lot to try and make you believe that for some reason it gives you superior courtroom experience. It doesn't really. I want to say this to you. Not only have I been involved in practicing law extensively, but I have extensive volunteerism, a career in volunteerism. I've coached girls from Osceola County to Orange County. Over 14 years, we managed to get over 100 girls in Division I colleges and universities around the country, and even more in Division II schools. I say that because when you run for public office, you should show some commitment to your community before you do so. So people know that you really care about where you're from. I say to you this: I've enjoyed the practice of law. I love the 9th Judicial Circuit. It's been great for me. I've been to raise my family here. My kids have gone to school at Temple University, Seton Hall, Hampton Institute, and James Madison University. I love this place. I say God bless the 9th Judicial Circuit, and may God continue to bless this place that sits on the highest hill with the brightest lights, the United States of America.
Thank you. Well, thank you, candidates. Thank you, audience. And thanks again to our sponsors, Kissimmee Utility Authority, Access Osceola, Orlando Magic, Troy University, and El Osceola Star Newspaper. Thank you.